Today I'm here to give my predictions and speculations for episode 16 of The Walking Dead titled Welcome to the Tombs. Now, the tombs is where zombies constantly keep getting in. Basically, it's the back of the prison, and the back of the prison is completely destroyed in the back. Completely. Zombies keep getting in it. They got a big hole in the back of the prison. That's the way. That's how Tyrese was able to get into the prison, through the tombs. Now, let's talk about the governor. The governor, he has to die. This guy has gotten away with too much. It's ridiculous now. I mean, he turning good people into killers. Look what he did to Merle. Merle said before he met the governor, he never killed nobody. When Merle met the governor, he ended up killing 16 people and feeling bad for it. Martinez don't like to kill. He made it clear when he was talking to Daryl. He don't like doing it, but he have to because that's who he with. The man is so evil. He got kids doing his dirty work. He got women doing his dirty work. Like I said, he's always slipping through the cracks. It never fails. Every time somebody get ready to kill him, it never works. The only two people I can say for a fact who actually tried to kill him was Michonne. Michonne was the first person who actually tried to kill him. And what happened? Andrea stops and points a gun at him. Michonne takes her katana blade and she was about to decapitate his head with one swing. And I guarantee you, she would have cut off his head because think about it. A katana blade is so powerful, it can cut through a bullet. One swing of the katana blade would have easily decapitated his head. But what happened? Andrea jumps in and points a gun at him. And I guarantee you, I bet you Andrea regret. I know she do. She regret for not killing him when she had the opportunity. And she also regret for not letting Michonne kill him. Next, Merle. Merle was actually trying to kill the governor. What happened? Ben gets in the way. It should have been Alan. If that was the case, it should have been Alan because I don't like Alan. I don't like either one, but I prefer Alan getting in the way instead of Ben. But like I said, I don't like either one. But still, Merle actually tried to kill him and he almost killed him. That's what I'm saying. This man, the governor, has been sliding through the cracks. Andrea could have killed him. Now, see, that's different because she could have, but she ain't do it. And she knew all the stuff about him and she still didn't do it. Because she couldn't deal with it. She didn't want it on her conscience. And overall, she just couldn't do it. She didn't have the courage to kill him in his sleep. 2. Rick could have did it, but I can kind of understand about Rick's situation because think about it. He didn't really know was there anybody else around that farm. He didn't really know, but Rick's is different. But like I say, Michonne tried to kill him. Andrea could have killed him while he was asleep. And Merle tried to kill him. Merle actually tried to. So, now, let's talk about deaths. From what I hear, 27 people supposed to be dying in the season finale. Now, I want to give my overall thoughts. When they say 27 people, a lot of people got this conclusion. They talking about half the people in Rick group. Think about it. Rick group don't have 27 people, and also you got to take this into consideration. Rick don't have that many people in his group, and all the people in his group are basically main characters. Do you really think the writers are going to kill off a lot of their main characters that's involved in the story? Now, when they bring up 27 people, they most likely talking about majority of the people in the governor's group. I guarantee you. But let me talk about this. Who I see dying in Rick group. I can't say exactly who I see dying, but I will bring some names up. Okay, Rick, he's safe. He's pretty much safe. Daryl, I can pretty much say he's safe. Michonne is safe for a fact because they did mention Michonne will be in future episodes. Michonne plays a major role in the comic books. Glenn, he seems kind of safe, although they did kind of make us kind of wonder about that because when they had the little wedding with him and Maggie, and he brings up the fact that he can die today or tomorrow, anything could happen. They did kind of make us wonder that, but I think Glenn is kind of safe. Although, like I say, the writers had us wondering, like, is Glenn follow moments is coming or something because he's marrying Maggie or something? I don't know. I think Maggie's safe. I think Maggie's safe. I can pretty much say that with confidence. I hope. Like I said, the show is different from the comic books. You got to remember that. But let's see. I think Carol is on the chopping board, on the cutting board, or the chopping board. I definitely see her on Baby Judith. I'm sorry, but like I say, she was never asked to be born into that world, so I can't say it's her fault if a whole bunch of zombies starts to follow the group when she start crying because she was never asked. That's a child, but still, she can cause zombies to come. Like Glenn said, we have a baby with us, and that baby cries, and that baby makes noise, and zombies are attracted to noise. So I don't see her living too long. I'm just saying, I don't. Oh yeah, Carl. I definitely see Carl living. I definitely see Carl living. Beth. See, it's a what if with Beth. I can't really say she's safe. Herschel. I can't really say Herschel's safe because Herschel has one leg. And technical, we can if we get technical, I can say that he will kind of slow down the group. Maybe if he's in a car in a vehicle, that's different. But in terms of them running on feet trying to escape, it'll be a lot harder because he only have one leg. And Glenn even tells him this in the previous episode. You only got one leg. He say that's before you had two, because Herschel was talking about leaving the prison. And I think I pretty much said everybody in Rick group. If I've forgotten about it, let me know. But next, the governor. Like I say, he gotta die. And I either see Milton killing him, could be Martinez, or I definitely would want it to be Daryl because he did kill Merle. And Daryl seems like and Daryl might be mad, and I would love to see Daryl kill a governor. I would love to see that, but hey, like I say, Andrea, Milton, could be anybody. Oh yeah, Tyrese. I see Tyrese living. Because come on, you're gonna kill off Tyrese, the man don't have no character development as it is already. We don't know nothing about Tyrese. The only thing we know about Tyrese is he's from Jacksonville, Florida. And when the zombie apocalypse happened, him and his sister Sasha lived with their next door neighbor basically underground. And then when the next door neighbor ran out of food, then they decided to leave, and then they ended up meeting Alan and Ben. That's the only thing we know about Tyrese and Sasha. That's what I'm saying. So I don't see them killing off Tyrese no time soon. Because like I say, in the comic book he died, but this different. So, like I say, I named all the people I see dying in Rick Group. I see, all right? So now, let's talk about the promos themselves. Now, I will be looking at promo, well, sneak peek. There was a sneak peek too. And then I'm looking at the main promo, which came on after last week's episode. Okay, we see the governor. We see a whole bunch of men behind him. Well, well, let me rephrase that. When we see the governor in the promo, we see him and a whole bunch of men driving vehicles, coming towards the prison, and those are the same vehicles they had took from those U.S. military soldiers. Now, if you pay attention to sneak peek 2, you see most of these people on feet now, and you only see one vehicle. Maybe because remember, Michonne had put some spike strips in the middle of the prison yard, and she tells Rick, if we can't, I think she said, if we can't win, we can at least slow them down. So Most of those vehicles that were driving with the governor coming towards the prison is gone. And we see most of those people on feet now. Like I say, those bike strips, they probably ran across those bike strips, and those bike strips had bust their tires. We only see one vehicle now. And we see this vehicle driving up, and this vehicle have a chain on it. We know what that chain for. They use that chain to rip open the prison. Okay, now they're in the main prison. That prison is over with. It's dead. It was 3 gates keeping that prison safe. And the first 2 gates got destroyed by the government. And basically, those gates was basically protecting the prison yard itself. But now, those gates are already gone. So now, it's going to have zombies. Hold on, I just started something. When I seen the governor driving his vehicle in that prison yard, I ain't seen no zombies. I find that funny because every time we see a scene with the prison yard, is always a whole bunch of zombies in that prison yard. But now I don't see none. I don't know. But now the governor just bust open the last prison gate. It was 3 total. He just bust open the last prison gate with that vehicle. He basically round the prison gate open. So now there's nothing protecting the prison. Zombies could easily get into it now. Next we see Champer, we see Martinez. And we see a whole bunch of Woodbury members coming in. Thank you, God. Merle killed half of those people because Rick them would be really gone. Now, we see them looking around. If you notice, Rick and them has already left because you don't see no vehicles in that prison. They already left. Alright, next we see Champer, we see them looking around. And I don't see nobody. Next, they take a vehicle and they use a chain with a hook, and they put the hook on the prison door, and then they rip it off. They use the vehicle to pull back to rip the door off the prison. Now we see Allen and Martinez, and we see them go to the prison door, but then the sneak peek cuts off. The episode is named "Welcome to the Tomb." Now it's possible. I'm just saying. Remember, these are predictions, speculations. It's possible Rick them was being smart. It's possible they let some of the zombies come into the prison through the tomb. Because remember, they always kept the doors closed so the zombies couldn't. Where the zombies couldn't get in from the tombs. So they probably opened up the door in the prison. So now the zombies that was in the tombs are now in the prison. And Rick and them was probably in the woods looking at this. Because they gone. You don't see no vehicles. Like I say, you see Alan open up the door. Now, for the main promo, let's talk about the main promo. I'm about to look at it right now. Like I said, I am going to put these promos in the description down below so you guys can check them out. Come back, watch the promos, give me your thoughts, and give me your death predictions. Who you think is going to die? Because I love talking to you guys. So let's talk about the next promo. This right here is the promo that came on after the episode aired last week. Okay, we start off with this promo. We see a guard tower. Now we see a whole bunch of field of zombies. But this look like it's outside of the prison. And we see a cross. Now, I think that cross is T-Dial cross or Loris cross. I think that's T-Dial's cross. Next we see Lori. Let me put my earphones on so I can see what they're saying. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for that. Okay, we see Laura sitting in the chair that the governor had put in to basically torture her. And the governor tells Lori get killed. He says get killed or die. Next, we see the governor punch somebody. I wouldn't be surprised if he hit a woman, but to me, I would definitely say he's punching Milton, or at least somebody in Woodbury group, because Milton, like I say, I do think he's gonna find out about Andrew, and I do think Milton is gonna end up dying for his betrayal. I think he's gonna do something to betray him in terms of getting Andrew. And Rick tells my black sexy Michonne, he says, "You one of us now." Now it's official. When Rick says that, it's official. She's one of he tells her, "You one of us now." If you can see that little brown jacket she had on, you can see the hoodie in the back. Now that's the same brown jacket she had on when she had a pet walker on her, and you can see when she have a hoodie on when you couldn't see her face. And here go the governor, over exaggerating. He coming in saying they killed 8 men when in our reality it was only one man. Merle Dixon killed most of those men. But he say they killed 8 men to make it look like they're evil and stuff. When the whole time he was gonna kill them when they brought in Michonne. Next, we see Beth, we see Carl, we see Carol, we see them leaving the prison because Rick told them if they want to stay, they can stay and fight. But he also made it known what I said last year doesn't matter anymore. Basically, this isn't a democracy anymore. It doesn't matter anymore because Rick realized he can't live up to that. He can't live up to that, to what he said last year. Basically, him being the leader and protecting everybody, he can't do that. And even Herschel told him that in one of the previous episodes. He tells Rick, "You once said this isn't a democracy anymore. Now you have to own up to that." And Rick haven't been owning up to that. And like I say, Rick cannot deal with deaths. He can't do it. Every death make his character dark, and he can't deal with it. Point blank. Period. That's why he told them. He tell them when he had a meeting with them in this episode, he says, "You live how you die." So basically, if you want to stay here and go to war, you chose to do this. I didn't make you do it. I'm not your governor. That's what he told them. And he tells them we in this together as a group. And I like how he did that. You live how you die. If you want to stay here and fight, do know you have the risk of dying. And your death is on you. It can't be on me. It's been too much on Rick right now, man. And I don't think Tyrese is really going to agree with what the governor does. I don't even see Tyrese come with the governor when they come to the prison, y'all. I didn't. Next, we see Rick looking at something. He's by the Hyundai Accord now. That Hyundai Accord, that vehicle he's by, is the same vehicle that's for Shane. Shane had rigged that vehicle in the first episode of season 2, because Shane says he was about to lead a group, and he rigged that Hyundai Accord. Now you see Rick by that Hyundai Accord, we see him looking at something. When we see Rick looking at something like that, it's possible he started hallucinating. He started seeing Lori again. Because I see a picture and he have his hand like right there. Next, we see the governor and his goons in these army trucks driving towards the prison. I already talked about that because most of those army trunks, the tires had got busted by those spike strips that Michonne had put out. Next, we see Martinez. He takes a grenade launcher and he destroys one of the guard towers. So that's it for the promo. And one more thing I'd like to add. I think Rick is going back to Woodbury because if you pay attention to one of the pictures, matter of fact, I'm going to put that down in the description down below. If you pay attention to one of the pictures, you can see Rick, Daryl, and Michonne close to a railroad track. Now, on that railroad track, it have a train, of course. And you can see spray painting on that train. Now, remember, when Rick had went to Woodbury, they was hiding in that same spot. And on that train, it has a spray painting. So I think Rick is probably going back to Woodbury, maybe to save Andrea. I don't know. I don't know really, but maybe. Like I say, maybe Milton fails. Like I said, it's a lot of deaths, 27 deaths. A lot of stuff gonna happen this season finale. So this was my preview discussion. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe, rate, comment. Let me know what you guys think down below, and peace.